You gain insights on how to build a high-paying career after studying abroad, how to leverage your student status as a student for networking, career growth. You also get some insights on exclusive scholarships and study abroad opportunities with guaranteed career paths. And there is something exciting. If you stay until the end, we have a special offer for you. And we also have a free study abroad resource to share with you, but more on that later. So I'd like us to drop in the chat where you're tuning in from. We want to know where you're joining from. Okay, I see Stanley. He's joining from Umahia, a quality assurance engineer. Thank you, Stanley. Gloria from Lagos. Shuka Omelo is joining from Owerri. So we have people from the east and people from the west. Thank you for joining. Thank you, everyone. We are glad that you made the time to join. Mr. Adiroba Adetunji is joining from the UK. We have an attendee from the UK. Thank you, Mr. Tunji, for joining. We are glad to have you guys, and thank you for joining the session. For those of us who are meeting us for the first time, maybe you've not heard of Interior Scholars before, you probably saw an ad and you just got to meet us. So I would like to introduce Interior Scholars. Interior Scholars is an education consulting organization. We help ambitious individuals like you secure admission, scholarship, and post-study opportunities at top universities worldwide. We are all about career advancement, so we help you take hold of global opportunities. And we don't just help you study abroad, we help you to create a roadmap. We are able to sit with you and try to find out what is your reason for studying abroad. Many people just wake up and want to go and study abroad and they make a lot of mistakes. So we guide you, we hold your hand through your study abroad journey. Before we dive into today's insight, I'd like to introduce the team that is leading the session. I am Divine. I'm a member of Interior Scholars team. I'm also a certified education counselor, and with me I have my colleague, Mr. Olusegun, who is also an education consultant, a team member of Interior Scholars. And of course, we are joined by our guest speaker, Mr. Habibullah Agbaje. I don't know if I'm butchering the name, but I prefer to call him Mr. Habib. He's going to be sharing his incredible journey on how he was able to study abroad, his study abroad journey. He will also be sharing expert insights with us today. Now that you know who we are, let's get started. So why should you actually listen to us? Well, we've helped students secure fully funded and partial scholarships. We've helped them secure admissions to prestigious universities in the UK, US, Canada, career boosting opportunities in various areas of the world, both in Europe, other countries in Europe, Australia. Mr. Habib is one of our success stories. He went from being an international student to securing a top role in the UK. So we know our onions and we are able to guide you if you let us. Now let's talk about the guest speaker, the man of the hour. I have the honor of introducing Mr. Habib. He is a true testimony of the power of studying abroad and leveraging international education for success in your career. So Mr. Habib, he earned his master's in data science in 2023 with a distinction from a prestigious UK university. But what is even more remarkable is that even without applying, while he was still a student, he was able to secure a global organization. I believe that is the power of positioning yourself the right way, and he was able to do this, and he's doing well. Beyond his academics, he has made a name for himself in Python programming, Python development, data analytics, machine learning. He has also built impressive AI models, even like an AI machine learning internship program. So he currently works as a data analyst at CV Library in the UK. Interior Scholars was part of his admission journey. So if you're wondering whether studying abroad can truly change your career trajectory, listen closely to Mr. Habib. He's about to share his blueprint. Now, we know that everybody's journey is different, but hearing from him, hearing his insights is going to give you an idea of what it's like studying abroad, the opportunities that are available to you, how to make the most of these opportunities. I'm now going to hand over the mic and the stage to Mr. Habib. Mr. Habib, over to you. You can unmute your mic.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear.
Okay. Good afternoon to everyone that's joining. I'm really happy to be here. I think he already said most of it. Like, it's been a journey, and I'm just here to, I'll just say what I've been able to do, and just say if that could help anybody, like, see that it's possible. Because I believe the main idea is that is it possible to build a career that will pay you in the long run? And I would say that yes, that's very possible, and an education in the UK or abroad, or just like in reputable universities. So for me, I would say, okay, I'll start like this. For anything that you want to do, like in this case now, like a career path type of thing, like it has to be like a plan. You have to have ideas of that, okay, this is where you want to go and how you want to do it. I studied data science for my master's. For my undergraduate degree, it was, I did electrical engineering. But so it's slightly different, but what happened was that after school, it was now like for me to do some self-learning. And that's when I started to do data science. The idea is to make a plan. And another thing is also to have an open mind. Because in this life, you can plan to do something, you can start something, and something else will take you off course. So, but you have to have an open mind to know that, okay, is this still part of what I want to do, or can this still link to what I want to do? So the idea was, okay, let me just work on gain some skills. So I first started with normal programming, basic HTML, CSS, all those kind of things. I did that for a while, didn't go too far in it, just moved on, changed ideas, just kept on changing. I did mobile app development, React, all these things. So after all of that, that's when I know, okay, let me do data science. And that was just the course I did. I joined an internship and I just followed through. My point of me saying all of this is that it starts from now, basically. Like, if you want to have a career in anything, and I would advise you start from now as early as possible and have an open mind. Try different options. Don't put all your eggs in one basket and say, okay, this is the only thing you want to do. You start out wide and you start going forward. Like, the more you learn, the more you understand as, okay, maybe this is not what I want to do, this is not what I want to do. So data science, I had started it already on my own, doing online courses and things like that. Then I got the opportunity to be able to do my master's here, and I chose to do data science in it because it felt like, obviously at that point, we were really looking at the world was going towards data. Data is a new gold, everything, blah, blah, blah. It made sense because it was interesting a bit for me, data science, like figuring things out, using insights, like it's all about using knowledge to generate revenue, basically. Using knowledge to generate revenue or generate impact, like using previous data history to make something better in the future. So that was really the main attraction for me with data science and machine learning and AI part, obviously. It was all of that pushing that. So coming to the UK, it was definitely a culture shock on different levels. But I would say that it did really help in understanding that education is not something that has to be hard. You have to suffer before you can learn, or it's not meant to be like that. Like, that was one of the major things I noticed when I got here. Like, the systems are set up for you to pass. It's not like the systems are not set up for you to pass back home. It's just like the way the system is more like you have to go through the rigors. It has to be really hard. You have to suffer. You have to maybe come and submit assignments and things at 7 a.m. in the morning, going to class, and like random weird things that are based on the lecturers or some weird people that have weird ways of looking at things. But when I came here, everything is structured. You get your plan from beginning of the term, you know, okay, we have to do this, we have to do that, we have to do this. And if you stick to the plan, like, okay, we had classes online, then we had a workshop where we had to go practice. Like, the practice was planned. They knew that if you're going to work outside, this is the kind of things you want to know. They put those things, they created a brief. Like, all those things were structured to make it easy for you to understand and know what you're trying to do. And if you're honest with yourself and you are diligent with the material, then you're sure to pass, honestly. It's not like it was intentionally like they'll put some hard questions there just for you to no, it was like, okay, based on what we've taught you, this, do you know this, do you know that? So I guess that was one major culture shock for me, and it really helps in understanding that, okay, in working society, once everything is fair, then you can move forward and just once you do your best and you have an open mind and you're honest, will be good to go. Going forward, yeah, went through the program. So I had previous knowledge, so it kind of made it slightly easier. So that's why I advise, if you're going to do anything, any career path, try and do courses or online courses on YouTube, or read books about that course you're going to do. Not just about it, start learning it basically, so that by the time you get into classes, like it's going, it's making sense, it's like a reminder type. So after that, the one thing that maybe helps me in like getting a job is something they call life projects. Now it depends on maybe the field you're you're working in. But for like data science, and for me, I had never heard of that actually before I came into the university. So I'm not sure how widespread it is, but the idea still remains basically the same. So life projects is that you work with a real company with their real data, with their real problems, and you try and solve it for them based on all the things you've been taught. Yeah, basically a life project. So you've worked on it for a while. So instead of you just coming up and say, okay, I'll just think of a project and come up and just find some data somewhere and do stuff. This way, you go to a company, they give you, oh, we're having this, we're having that, data is here. So now I'm speaking in the data space, so that if I want to generalize this is just like, it is about gaining real world experience. Basically, it's just like IT, just going out to go and see, okay, we're going to a school and like, okay, how do they do it in the real industry, in a place that people are making real money from this? Like, how is this done? How can my skills apply to that? That's one thing I would advise, even if maybe like the course does not offer it or something like that. Even when you're thinking of the project, maybe a final year project, think of a way you could connect. And here, the thing is that here is abroad and like places where systems work, it makes it easy for you. Like you can reach out, send an email, people are always ready to help. And as long as you come up with ideas and things that are valuable, when you tell them, okay, I'm working on this, I'm doing my master's in this is how I want to do this, can I work with you guys to do this? Like, it's just an email, it's just a message you send. And as I said, you have an open mind and don't put everything in one basket. You send to like 5 different companies before. One might get back to you. I worked on the life project. Although the life project was given by the school, there's a whole other company that helps master students in data science to help them find companies to solve their problems with data and things like that. So I interviewed for a bunch of them. And now, so there's also, so initially when I said that there's a thing about doing courses and things before going for a course. There's also specifically for the tech space, for now, I would say physical projects. And I think even in general, I would say in digital age right now, everybody is more interested in, can you show me what you can do? More than just, okay, you have this certificate, you have it, but like, can you do this? You're going to teach here, you've done this, you have this project, you've done that, you've produced value outside. So that's what everybody is, because even though the Silicon Valley, all this, they don't really value all of that, because you can have all these degrees and everything. If you can't show that those degrees mean something, then that's where your problem is going to be, because a lot of people can have degrees, but if it's just degrees, then, but if you want a career path where it's going to be like, okay, there's going to be money, there's going to be growth, there's going to be achievements, you have to learn one, then put in the work. And so while I was learning on my own, I was trying to also do projects. I'm not saying I'm like the best, I have that many, but like I was just trying, because I know I had friends and people that were doing way more. And like that's what I was trying to aspire. Like, I use free to use data, free to use concepts and packages and things like that. So you did them. So that's what I did. I had done some before coming into this. While we're now applying for the life projects, the company that was supposed to help us find the life projects, so they were doing the interviews and all. So I did a couple interviews and all. Didn't hear back from them. Then one of the guys, the person doing the interview, stuff, he was not like, okay, I checked your profile. I saw you've worked on one project, blah, 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 like this. Okay, I have this idea for the company. I don't know if it's something you could do. And I was like, well, I haven't gotten anything back from all the other live projects, and I do want to do a live project because it's more interesting when it's real. It's just more interesting, because if I'm just dealing with fake, like when it's real, influence, and like it actually impacts someone, then that's when, okay, this is interesting, this is where something is going to happen. I did my best, and luckily enough for me, he liked it, and that's how he reached out to the company I work with, because they were also looking for someone. So then I now followed through with the whole interview process and all that other things. I was lucky enough to get it. In all of this, I would just say, as I said before, it's just open-mindedness, trying your best to look at other options, because it's not just one thing I was steadily applying. It's not like it's going to be that easy or that quick, But the thing is about consistently just trying. Because it's not just one thing, but the goal is that you have your plan, you start with your plan, and make sure that your plan is like wide enough to accommodate, because life will come, life will happen to change you things, and like you planning like this and you just come and change. But once you have a guided plan, you have a general idea of where you're trying to go, how you're trying to go, like, okay, this is where I want to go, this is why I want to go this way. But if anyone has anything to answer or like,
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Habib. I think this was quite an enlightening story. One thing that particularly stood out for me was the fact that you did not have to stick with the exact same program that you did at undergraduate level. And I think it's a mistake that a lot of people get to make. They believe that if you're going outside of the country to study a postgraduate degree, a master's degree, you need to do the exact thing, you will further the same in the same path that you started. So I think that that's a very huge take home. You can actually study something that is out of what your undergraduate degree was and still land a well-paying employment in the new program that you have taken. So I think that's a very huge one. Whilst we allow others to share their questions, if you do have any questions, please do well to show by raise of hand, or you can type it in the comment section and then we'll take questions. But I'd just like to ask, what was it like funding your studies?
Okay, that's a good question. Honestly, it was a mix of my parents helping me, so that's why I was lucky in that aspect. That, okay, I was able to get some of that, and I would say that getting here first, the main thing was finding quick work to do. Like, so that is a given, quote unquote. Like, there's no how you're not going to find some odd jobs to do. Like, because I did some teaching, I did some nursery school teaching, I did some security work. It's all stages. Like, everything is a step by step. Like, you gotta find those things. But now here's the thing. So that's a good question actually, because it ties into how your career path, because you have a career path, yes, you know that's where you want to go. But now you need to survive. You need to get one or two things on ground. So that is what you do. But you do not lose sight of your career path. That is why you have a career path in line. Because I see people do that coming out like, okay, they're just is day to day. And I understand that you need to make money now to have all these things, maybe family and all those things. It's a balancing act. I would just advise that keep that career path in mind and keep trying on it, because you can get into that cycle of, okay, you're looking for a care job, you're looking for this job, looking for that, and you forget that you came to this country for something else, and you're just stuck in that cycle of just doing that. While you're still trying to look for jobs and all those things, and you will still find them, but at the same time, just try and maybe carve out a time every week or every day or however your schedule needs. Either working on projects, listening to courses, watching stuff. Now applying is more like a numbers game. And one is a numbers game, and two is all about showing what you can do. So that's why I said do things that show people that you can do this thing that you're applying for. I hope I was able to answer that question.
Yes, you are, Mr. Habib. Thank you for that question. We are still expecting more questions. If you have any questions, please, you can raise up your hands or type it in the chat box. Any question about studying abroad? While we wait for questions from attendees, I have a question for you. Was the academic workload in the UK much harder than in Nigeria, and how are you able to adapt to the new education system?
That's a good question too. It depends, because I had kind of previous knowledge, because I had already done courses and things like that on it, so it didn't feel that cumbersome. In general, I would say the workload is less. Because the idea of the workload is to get you to learn something. More often back home is more like you just learn, cram, put it in your head, just know everything, and it's just like, it's not everything I can know. If you're going to know something, it's good to know it and understand it. And that's what they focus on here more. This thing that we've taught you now, like, can you use it? Okay, we taught you A plus B. So now, can you go as far as B plus C? Like, can you go the next step? That is the goal here, is how you can move forward with the knowledge regret it. I wouldn't say it's much. If you're diligent with it, give yourself that time and just go. It isn't that much, and it's easier. It would be good if you had previous knowledge and ideas and things like that will make it easier. In general, I would say it is much less of workload if you are being honest with yourself and trying to be diligent with your work. Because there is still workload. It is still school. There's still exams. You still have to pass things. If you don't put in the work, then you won't say anything. I would say much easier than back home.
Yes, and I agree with you because I've spoken with a lot of international students, and from my conversations with them, it feels like the system there is easier. So you have most of the things available to you. You have the library, you have internet connection, your lecturers are always ready to assist you and all of that. So when they go there, they're not like that school is not supposed to even be this hard. So it's easier over there. So we have some questions in the chat. Gloria is asking, was UK your first choice? And what was your main reason for traveling?
That's a tricky one because initially what I was actually looking for was scholarships. I was trying to find the best one. It just ended up that I had found that. So what I did was, as I said, I applied to just a load of schools, UK, US. I just applied to everything, and so when everything came back, I'm like, these are the ones I got admission for. So I just did based on cost and different factors, just which is the best case for me, which has the best course. Another thing is a prospect after school, where do I have? Does it look like there might be prospects and things like that after school and stuff like that? So those were the considerations that came into play. If it's possible, just try different places, see which one, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Reason for traveling was majorly, yes, for opportunities basically for opportunities and to improve knowledge and opportunity. When you come here, you get into companies that are working with the cutting edge tools and things like that. I didn't want to not have that opportunity. It would just increase your potential for reaching places and meeting people, network, everything.
So gaining global opportunities. The next question is from Royal Concepts, and they're asking, what does the creative industry abroad approaches look like?
Yes, definitely. There are still opportunities here because they are very social here, very open, very people. So it would help if you want to, and also to be able to connect and meet people. Because how many of the big stars are going to be coming all the way down to Africa? So there's a more chance you meet people here, you get inspiration more because people are freer here. They do what they want. They allow their selves to be expressed and shine. So if that is where the sphere you also want to go into, creative and that, they have niche courses. So if that's what you want to do, then
let me quickly add to that. Just like you mentioned that there are specific niches, it goes really deep. So in terms of the argument of talent, certain creative people will tell you that all of the things they do are simply from a talent perspective. But you would actually find that there are programs that are designed to teach you things that someone else will say is simply a creative skill, right? You can actually learn how to crack a joke. It's that deep. There are programs that actually teach you kinds of jokes, how to deliver a joke, and the creative industry is that wide. You can actually approach that. So let me also ask you, Mr. Habib, what was it like getting admission? Because a lot of people believe that the admission process is a very rigorous and difficult one. But what was it like for you getting your admission?
Okay. It depends because I'll be honest, for me, it did feel kind of like work having to go through, because the reason why I felt is because it was very procedural. Because if you don't want to lie to yourself, you have to follow the steps. You go to the website, see what they offer, see how it goes, see is this what you like, is this not what you like? Okay, what are the steps? Every school has their own set of steps, every school is not the same. So it's it was a bunch of steps. But the thing is that there's nothing worth doing that isn't worth some stress. There's a way to say that, but it's not coming to me. Anything that is worth doing, it will involve some stress. I feel like for the sake of applying, it isn't. It is well worth it, very, very much worth it for you to be like, okay, I need to go through this, but it's steps and it's about diligence. I did a bunch of them. So it's just basically going through, you have your criteria, you know the things you need, the things you don't need. So that once you go to the requirements page, you say, okay, do I need this? Do I have this? I can't necessarily say it was the easiest, but I wouldn't say it was that hard. That it's something that, oh, that can be done. No, it's very, very straightforward. To me, it was easier than creating a social media post, because to me, I feel like people doing all those things are really hard. So like, I feel like there's a difference in.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Habib. So if there are any more questions, please you can share them in the comment section. And just like you said, that's the good thing about an organization like Interworld Scholars, that can assist you with the entire end-to-end admission processing, from understanding your needs, understanding your current educational qualifications, to providing support to the best possible schools that you can apply to, and to reviewing your documents, helping you submit these applications, and supporting you with your visa. You have Interworld Scholars to actually walk you through that process. So if there are any more questions, we will take them. But again, thank you so much, Mr. Habib, for sharing your journey with us. While you're still here with us, we'll just share some of the offers that we currently have. Not directly we having them, but these are opportunities that we think members of the public can actually take advantage of. We said that we were going to share some scholarship opportunities. Yeah, I think there's a question here. Okay, the question here is, your studies in 2023 through Interworld, was it full, partial scholarship, or you had to pay your tuition? I believe Mr. Habib had answered that question before, mentioning that he had support from his parents, right?
Yeah,
and they're also having to, so yes, he had mentioned that before. But I'll just share a bit of some opportunities for those of you that may be looking to take advantage of scholarship that are currently available. There are lots of scholarships that are currently available to international students. There are scholarships from universities where you get some sort of partial funding, where you get to cover your living costs while you are there abroad. But I'll just share a very quick one with you, and this is from the University of Law. This is something that you may want to take advantage of. It's a scholarship currently at the University of Law. There are lots of them actually. So if you're interested, you can always book a consultation with Interworld Scholars. We can walk you through the entire process. So just a moment. Just do let me know when you can see my screen. Okay, so tell me this is visible to everyone. So this is from the University of Law, and this is a scholarship opportunity that goes as far as providing employment for individuals. So you can actually get a job in 9 months taking this program. Okay, and there's even a feedback guarantee if you do not get a job. Now, the University of Law is partnered with a couple of organizations over there in the UK that allows you to have some sort of professional experience when you're studying and then beyond your study. So there are also undergraduate business courses for those of you that may be interested in taking an undergraduate business course at the University of Law. There's the BSc Business Management, there's that with marketing, there's also the BSc with International Strategic Business Management, there's accounting with finance, and you have a guaranteed scholarship of £7,500. Okay, this is credited to you in your 3rd year of study. So this is a very huge opportunity for those of you that are looking to study in the UK that you can take advantage of. There's also scholarships available for master's and postgraduate programs. So if you can see here, there's MSc Artificial Intelligence in Business. For those of you that are very interested in AI, there's MSc Corporate Governance, Corporate Finance Management, Strategic Business Management. Now, the minimum qualification for this is a 2-2. Okay, so with a 2-2 undergraduate degree, you can apply for these programs. Okay, and then you can see guaranteed scholarship. You have scholarship for up to £4,000 for MBA programs, and then if you're going to be schooling within London, £3,000 and £2,500 for outside. So these are lots of programs that you may want to take advantage of. Now, just like we mentioned earlier, there are some of these programs that allow you to carry out professional practice while you study and then beyond your study. So, if you study any of those programs listed here, 2 years duration, you have an opportunity to start what we would normally call an internship here in Nigeria. It's what you have there as professional practice, and this can be a pathway. Just like Mr. Habib had said, before he was done studying, he had the privilege of working on a live project, and then that live project was the pathway and the gateway to his current employment. So this offers you opportunities like that. There are lots of other opportunities that you may want to take advantage of if you're looking to study in the UK and across many other cities and schools in the UK. There are also some scholarship that we currently have available from China. If you're looking to doing medical practice, nursing, pharmacy, dentistry, okay, and you're open to studying in China, we have some scholarships available for you too. For the ones that are partial, you may just need to pay around $2,000, between $2,000 and $5,000, and then you actually have an opportunity to study. So the scholarship covers partial part of your tuition, and then all you need to cover is your living cost and then maybe your accommodation. There is also, okay, I've mentioned pharmacy and nursing. The scholarship covers your tuition. You have one of the best universities in China is actually offering this right now. And so you have accommodation is just about $500 a year, which is really, really affordable. If you're looking to study in other countries around Europe, we have partnership with schools in Malta, the Global Business School in Malta. So there are lots of offers that are available to you. Your story can be as great as Mr. Habib here, or even greater, where you have a seamless route of getting into school, being able to work while you study. As promised at the beginning of this session, we have some other freebies and free resources that we'll be sharing with you. Thank you again for joining us.
Thank you very much, Mr. Shegun. So I would like to add to what you said. I know majority of persons were coming to this meeting expecting scholarships or a lot of information on scholarships, but I would like to let them know that there are a lot of scholarships available. There are a lot, and even if we were to cover most of these scholarships, we will not be able to cover it in just an hour or within just the short time frame that we have here. So it's best you reach out to us. And one thing about scholarship is everybody wants to get scholarship, but it's not everybody that is eligible for these scholarships. And there are actually some scholarships that have different criteria. So it's best, if you're looking for scholarships, you need to know their requirements and know how you can tailor your applications to these scholarships, and even know the ones that you are actually eligible for. And that is why Inter Scholars is here. We don't just submit applications. Even if we are submitting for admissions, and whether it's for scholarships or for admission, we try to build a strong competitive application that stands out. And here is how we can help you. We can help you with scholarship and admission guidance. We'll help you find the best fit universities, with funding, or the best universities that you are eligible for, like based on your situation. Maybe you have a third class and you feel like it's not possible for me to study abroad because I have a third class. Come to us. We are definitely going to hook you up with opportunities that you're eligible for. Next, we'll help with CV optimization, SOP writing, document review. So after you've gathered your documents, we'll help you through the process of reviewing it. If you're looking to write your personal statement, a lot of people feel like the personal statement is a hassle. Even though some people can write their personal statement, they are not able to tell their story well. This is where we can help you to tell your story. We'll just get on a call with you, have a discussion, and in no time we're able to craft your SOP, optimize your CV, and make sure your application is strong. We also help with post-study career support. Maybe after studying, you're looking for a job, particularly in the UK, we can help you with that. And also after arriving, accommodation support, or you're looking to get jobs that you can do as a student. We also have some partners, real estate agents. We will hook you up with job opportunities just to help you. Remember I mentioned the free offer at the beginning. I said the people that stay to the end of the session will get a free offer. Now this free offer is a free consultation. Because you attended the webinar, we're offering you a free one-on-one consultation to map out your study abroad journey. Because you have stayed to the end, my team member will be dropping a link to our WhatsApp on the chat. All you need to do is just click on the link, send us a message that you want to book the free consultation, and we'll find a time that works for the both of us, and we'll get to speak with you. We'll get to understand where you are currently and your plans of studying abroad. Then we'll try to find opportunities for you. That is for people that stay till the end of the session. Finally, as a special thank you for staying till the end also, we have a free gift for you. For persons that are interested in scholarship opportunities, we've put together an in-depth study abroad resource. Now, this is like a free scholarship resource. There are over 50 plus scholarship opportunities in the US. There are also like 500 scholarship opportunities also in this free guide. There are also free application templates for maybe your letter of recommendation. Because you're applying to schools, you need to get letter of recommendations from either someone from your school, that is an academic letter of recommendation, or from an employer. Now, for most lecturers, just like I was saying to Mr. Habib, they make things very difficult for us, and most of them, they don't have the time to write this letter of recommendations for the students. So it's better, most of them will request that you have like a template, maybe you can write it yourself, and you just need to make some edits. So in this, our free study abroad guide, there are templates for letter of recommendations, personal statements. If you don't know how to write a personal statement, there are templates for writing a personal statement of purpose. There are also some interview preparation questions. There are also TOEFL and IELTS, that is the English test. There are resources that you can use to prepare for this test. So if you're looking to take TOEFL or IELTS, stuff you could read on, insider tips to help you pass this test. So before we wrap up, I would just like to talk about the next steps. If you're ready to start your study abroad journey, you just click on the WhatsApp link, book your free consultation with us. We'll schedule a call with you and speak with you. And if you want to explore more scholarship opportunities, you can stay connected with us on our social media handles for updates. We're on Facebook as Interrail Scholars. We're on Instagram. We're on LinkedIn. We have a YouTube channel. Just check on the major social media platform. Twitter, just search for Interrail Scholars and you'll find us. We are always sharing scholarship opportunities, admission opportunities, study abroad tips. We also have our blog and our website, www.interrailscholars.com. And if you're in Port Harcourt, we have our physical office in Port Harcourt. You can visit us at plot 84A, Transamadi, along Dr. Peter Odili Road, Port Harcourt. I know Peter Odili Road is a popular place in Port Harcourt, so it will be easy for you to find us. Transamadi, plot 84, along Dr. Peter Odili Road, Port Harcourt.